In the last study, we saw how sin and denying who the Son of God is interconnect. This study carries that thought further forward. 1 John 3:4b. For sin is the transgression of the law. Let's dig deeper. For sin, based on the previous study, sin is denying who Jesus is. Matthew 10:32 through 33. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. I have an option to confess or deny the reality of who Jesus is. If I deny, then I call God a liar. 1 John 5:10. He that believeth on the Son of God hath a witness in himself. He that believeth not God hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that God gave of his Son. Is the transgression? What does it mean to transgress? This is from Google. The act of breaking or violating a law or rule, often specifically God's commands. If I kill someone, it is a transgression of God's law of do not kill, thus making it a sin. However, acknowledging the truth of who Jesus is also fits this equation because it denies the record of what God gave to humanity. 1 John 4:9. In this was manifested the love of God toward us, because that God sent his only begotten Son into the world that we might live through him, by replacing it with something other than God, sending his only begotten Son. We are speaking about of the law, not the Mosaic covenant law, though it is part of it, not the Ten Commandments, though it is part of it, but the words of the Son of God himself, the law of love as found in Matthew 22:35 through 40. For God's crowning act of love was found in that God gave his Son. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.